just to let you know it is time to let the Conch Snail go. So I'm going to quickly open this bag. He is at 1.026, which is what I ended up bringing this water down to as well in the tank. As I said earlier, I had to add a little RODI to the system to get that back down, because that's where I normally like to keep it, and it was getting towards 1.027. So 1 second, we're going to open this real quick. And what I'm going to just do, you want to make sure, by the way, when you acclimate fish or anything else, whatever type of livestock it may be, you want to make sure you do not get water from in the bag into your tank. You never know what parasites or other bad things may be in that water. So real quick, I'm going to just scoop in here in this case and scoop him out. If I can get my hand in there. So slowly but surely we're getting there. It is kind of hard to take a picture of this and get him at the same time, but I think he's detached good. Okay. And I'm getting my hand out of here. We're going to place him. Ooh, nice job. Got to be a little more careful next time. But show you where I placed him. Placed him right there. Down a little bit, hopefully. He'll start making his way around and check things out. It may be a bit, though, because they are nocturnal after all. What I'm more of what I'm expecting right now is that he'll stick his antenna out, maybe move a little bit to find a spot he likes and veg until it gets darker in here. So and hello, Ashley and Sam. And yes, indeed, I do have a couple of them. A couple of Nemo fish in here. I do not have Dory in here as of yet, but that may end up happening at some point. We'll see, though, because I already have one tang in here, which is this guy. Not Dory, but sort of in a roundabout way like Dory. So how are you guys all doing tonight? Aliyah, hello. Where y'all from? I'm glad to hear that, and I hope that you all are having a great beginning to your weekend. And as you may notice, I have a new dinoflagellate outbreak. Ooh, well, me and my wife, we got married in Tampa Bay. Really, we got married on Honeymoon Island, which is just off Tampa Bay. And we love Florida. Just haven't been able to get back there in a while, but we're hoping to again within the next few years. So, but yeah, you can see all this brown stuff that's in here right now. They're a type of dinoflagellate that likes to live in the sand bed. Thankfully, though, I kind of saw the warning signs before it even developed, so I've already been dosing nitrates to get my beneficial bacteria count up, and it seems to have stabilized. If anything, I think I actually see less of them this morning than I have the last few days, but you know, there's still, it's going to take a couple of weeks to clear back up all the way again. And that snail, this guy is going to help tremendously with that. But it's going to be a little bit probably before he really makes his debut and actually starts moving around. But then again, I did just put him in a couple seconds ago, so I don't expect that he's going to make any immediate movements. But I want to see if we can see in there, because if you look closely, you may be able to see he's got like little antennae in there that kind of are moving a little bit. But I can't really get at it very good. So, everything else though is doing pretty good right now. I saw my fire shrimp out the other day again. It's the furthest he's come out in a long time, and I'm hoping he'll come back out again. And my other two coral banded shrimp, they come out at night a lot. Sometimes during the day, depending on whether or not I've fed them at that exact moment, but oftentimes they'll come out even during the day and they'll scavenge. So I do know that sometimes dinoflagellates, you know, they don't just look ugly, they can actually irritate fish and coral. So it's something I'm watching. But like I said, thankfully I've already, you know, I saw the warning signs coming. And when in reefing, you'll find that sometimes an event will occur, it'll kind of lag behind the event and the event that caused it. That is to say, most likely my nitrates crashed when I did the water change, and even though I put some back, I may not have put quite enough. So what ended up happening is they crashed all the way to zero again, and that allowed a situation where these dinoflagellates started proliferating like crazy. But it may take them a couple weeks to do so. But when you notice the cyanobacteria starting to come in, if at least, and that's assuming you have good flow, because if you don't have good flow, you're probably going to have cyano no matter what you do. But in a high flow situation, if you're getting cyano, there's a good chance you've crashed nutrients. And the next step is going to be dinoflagellates. So this could be a lot worse than it is right now. So I'm really glad that it is doing as good as it's doing. I live in central Illinois, by the way, Aliyah and everyone. And it's kind of nice here. It's quiet. And I am from one of the bigger East Coast cities originally. So, trust me, I love this place. You know, I don't necessarily like some of what goes on around us, but that's anywhere. This place, though, is so much more peaceful than where I used to live and where I grew up. Absolutely love it out here. So hopefully you guys have some good plans yourselves this weekend. Oh, and to let you know, very soon I'm going to be starting up 2 additional tanks. They're going to be 10-gallon tanks. And they're going to be primarily for raising copepods and algae, and hopefully to breed shrimp eventually. But as of right now, I haven't set them up yet, but I am going to do a video when I do. or I may even do it live. It just depends. You'll notice that I've done quite a few lives lately, and that's because we've been a little strapped for time lately, and plus this way it kind of gives you a chance to ask any questions you might want to ask, and it gives you a chance to see me and on live and unedited. So I did want to let you know about that. And I do, like I said before, I've been hoping for a while now to start doing more videos and such. And the good news is it's looking a little better each day as we get caught up on chores and things that we could not do while we were working so many hours. But now it's calmed down and we've gotten quite a bit of the chores and errands that we needed to catch up on taken care of. That's helped quite a bit. So I should be making more videos soon. But I'm going to show you a couple of the corals real quick. And yes, as you can see, that algae and the dinoflagellates are on the acrylic panes as well. There's one of my Kenya trees. This guy right here, green star polyps. I have a couple colonies of those. These are what are called corallomorphs, better known as mushroom corals. And they're starting to come back pretty nicely. I nearly lost all of them, but I am glad to say that they're starting to come back a little bit. And here's my really big Kenya tree. And you can see some coralline growing at the base of it. I actually have a decent amount growing on the rocks, which is kind of nice. Okay, let me see something. Live video. So I do not know how to translate that, unfortunately, Valeria, but so I think I understand parts of that question, but I don't know if you could type that in English for me. I'll try my best to answer it for you. Oh yes, I wanted to show you a couple others. As you can see, I've got some of these green star pops growing in a bunch of different places. Some where they really need not be right now, like that one. I'm letting it grow for now, but I'm probably gonna take that and make that a frag and start trading some of this off to other people. This is one of my absolute favorite corals in here. This is what's called a toadstool leather, or a sarcophyton is their proper name. These guys can get massive. And this one's grown at a pretty good clip. So I imagine in a year from now, this will probably have outgrown this tank, but I will deal with that when that time comes. In fact, probably what will end up happening is I'll make frags of this coral and keep a couple of the smaller frags for this tank and then trade off the bigger pieces. And here's another of these guys. And you see all the like white the white polyps here, it's because of the lack of nitrates. But that's been, as you can see, green is starting to come in, which is a really good sign. And that's because the nitrates are starting to come back up, and these guys need nitrates and phosphates to do well. Here's a more mature colony of green star polyps that I've had for a while. I mean, there's certainly some green to it, but the lamps that are in this fixture are kind of old, so you don't see the fluorescence as well as you will once all 4 bulbs are replaced. Right now, it's primarily 2 lamps that are functioning as far as the actinic lights. There are actually 4 actinics and 2 metal halide lamps in this particular fixture, in this canopy, I should say. Does anybody else have any questions? Okay, then I think it is that time. I'm going to probably end it here for tonight. May end up seeing me over the weekend, like I said, though, once it's time to set up the other 2 systems. But for now, I hope you guys have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend. And reef smarter, not harder. Get the most bang for the buck. That's the budget reefer way. Y'all have a great day. Bye.